Well, what a difference a few days makes in some mild temperatures. It's 57 right now. It's raining. I told you yesterday that we were going to get a rainstorm overnight. We got over an inch of rain already, and the temperature shot up to 57 right now. An hour or two away from the cold frontal passage, so these mild temperatures are going to go bye-bye, but you can see what it did to our snowpack. Monday's video, I had about 9 inches of snow out here in the backyard, and today most of it's gone. If we wouldn't have overachieved in that Saturday night, Sunday morning snowstorm, all of it would have been gone, but we whittled away a whole good bunch of it, so most happy about that. I just wish that the temperature crash would have waited until after sunset, but what they're saying right now is that we're going to be down to 30 degrees by 5 p.m. and we got 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts to go with it, so it's going to be an interesting afternoon for sure. All right, I figure we get her started here in the backyard and show you the snow melt, and you'll see it along the way in our travels, but we're going to get going here in a few minutes. Talk to you down at work. Well, wonders never cease. I thought we were going to have a good day today. All we got is 4 straight loads from the Red Barn down to Fogelsville. It was supposed to be easy peasy. A lot better than yesterday. And now we've got an issue with check engine lights and traction control and ABS and everything else. So I got to wheel her back to the shop because I couldn't get a hold of anybody via the phone. So we got to run it back there and see what's going on and see if we can run it the way it is, or if we got to swap tractors or just take a different truck altogether. Amazing. Every time I think I'm going to have a good day, something goes sideways. And here we go already. All right, so we are rolling. All it needed was a computer reset. I might have been able to run it the way it was and then have them reset it at the end of the day, but I couldn't get a hold of him on the phone because he had gone up to the office to talk to the boss, and so I had to double back, and then he fixed it. So problem solved, but now it set me back a little bit, and I think the cold front is just about on our doorstep. I'm hoping I can get up in here and get hooked up and start loading before the downpour comes, but it looks like it's coming. It's getting dark to the west and northwest, and they said around 9-10 o'clock was when the cold front was going to come blasting through here, and we might be right on the cusp of it. So now I'll have to see if anybody's up here. I'd like to continue using the old hose setup because I know where to put the back of the trailer. This new one is going to be a touch and feel type of deal because I don't know the length of the hose and how far away from the wall I need to be. So, oop. Oh man, we got 2 trucks here and one's leaving. All right, let's see, where's he set up? That'll give me an idea where to set up. Is he leaving, or did he not know where to put it? Oh, he didn't cap the hose. I bet she's got to back up or pull forward. I'm going to have to loop the building or park up in the parking lot till one of these guys leaves, I think. Yep, he's just starting. All right, we got to loop the parking lot. All right, well, major setback. First of all, the issue with the check engine light and stuff on the dashboard, and then coming up here and having 2 trucks, and now the rate's down under 300 gallon a minute. So well, it's supposed to be a short day, gonna turn into a long one, the way I take it, because I gotta come back here for another one, and we don't know how many people are gonna be in here loading and how low the rate's gonna be. But this one's going over to Reading, the next one's going over to Reading, and then we'll have 2 down to Fogelsville. But is she gonna be a long one after all? All right, so it is 11 a.m. and we are finally loaded and rolling out of here with the first load. We got here at 9:45, so hour and 15 minutes to get our load and get out of here. So like I said in the other clip, major setback. So, and we got to go to Reading. They take longer than the Fogelsville ones. So we're gonna have ourselves a day when all is said and done. And it's Friday night, so I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to call her later on and see if she's coming out tonight. She works Friday. Her schedule's Sunday through Thursday usually, so Friday nights would be her off day, but she usually works it for extra money. So I gotta call her and find out if she's going to work tonight or not, and that'll dictate whether or not I have to drop a load again. It's just crazy. Right now we're running the crap out of water for some reason. All these plants are just ordering a ton of water at a time of year when it's usually a little on the slow side. And so we've got all our trucks out plus part-timers and everything else, and we're just hitting these wells hard. And then they slow down because the water table's down, because we are still in a drought situation. We got an inch of rain today, but the ground is frozen, so probably a lot of it ran off. Some may soak in, but a lot of it gonna run off. And we're having a hard time keeping up with it. Though that particular well there at the Red Barn usually loads at 350 a minute, 360 a minute. And I was loading at 150 a minute. So it's down. Anyway, now we got to make a left out of here, put it in performance mode and get a little extra juice out of the pedal. It has economy mode and performance mode, but we got to worry about both ways coming out. The only good thing is in the winter time you can see up the hill a little bit further. I think I got a shot now. If anybody's coming, they're just gonna have to hold it. Back off a little bit. If I don't see anything coming, then I'm gonna go, and there is a tractor trailer there, but he was not in sight line when I started going, so it is what it is. Just a hard place to get out of, and right now it's not too bad because traffic's light, but when you try doing that between about 3:30 and 5:30, it's a bear to get out of that place to make a left turn if you're going to load out of there to go to Reading. Now those clouds down there look really cool. I don't know if the camera is giving it justice, but they look really cool. Some blue sky in there, some white puffies, dark underside. And if you could see what it looked like behind me, if I still had my hat cam on, but I took it off because that hat's a junky hat. I gotta get a better hat that fits better. It is black as night behind me. It's gonna be a strange looking day, I think, from time to time. The sun is out here, and I guess that's what's really enhancing the clouds. So those ominous clouds are working their way down here. That might be the cold front because it's still pretty mild, rather calm, a little bit of a breeze, but it's still 55 degrees down here in Reading, so I think those clouds are probably associated with that cold front, and soon that's going to blow through, and then we're going to crash the temperatures. But all our testing is complete, and we are unloading. All the numbers were good, as they always are, so we're unloading in about 20 minutes. We should be done and out of here. One driver was here when I got here. He was on the other pump. I don't know if anybody's going to get here before I leave, but that's how it's going so far. But we are at least an hour behind where we should have been. We should be on our way back up and getting the second one. We're only here unloading the first one with all the issues this morning, one with the truck and then waiting at the well. So, but we'll see how it goes the rest of the day. Maybe it'll get better. So yeah, I guess those dark clouds followed me southbound down 61 because it just let loose down here. It's raining pretty hard, so we had those broken clouds and sunshine, and now it's downpouring down here while I'm unloading. Oh well. Alright, so instead of going to the Red Barn for our second one down to Reading, we are going to go out here to the Well in the Woods, which is a little closer in, so it'll speed us up a little bit, but the one driver called me and said that there were 3 trucks up there, so again, it was back to back to back, and the rate was going down, and not so many were down here in this one. There's only one other driver that's really running out of this one right now, so it might be a better choice. And actually, when I called the dispatcher to tell him that the other well was slowing down as far as loading rate, he told me himself, he says to come out here to get my second load out of this one. So that's what we're going to do, and it should speed up the process a little better, and it will also let the Red Barn recover, because they will recover. I mean, it just, when you put multiple trucks in there loading back to back to back, like the Tamaqua well, it just starts to run them down to where it takes 40 minutes to an hour to load instead of 20 minutes to load, because you've drawn the silo down, and now you're just pulling the water out of the ground, and it makes it tougher to load at a high rate. You get your highest rate when the silos are full. So this is very nice. Most of the ice is gone. There's still some laying around here. Just goes to show how thick the ice was on this pad where we backed the trailers. So now that the paperwork and computer work is done, all we have to do is wait and let it do its thing, and it's set right now for the 8,000 gallon tanks. We can program them to shut off at the proper amount for whatever tank we're pulling, but it's a little cumbersome having to change each digit, and more 8s run out of this well than 6s, so I usually just leave it set for the 8s, and I shut it off at the appropriate time, and all is good. So makes it easier for those guys. That way everybody's not changing load rates all the time. So I'm just thinking of them again, you know, like I said, because there are only like 2 or 3 of us that run out of here with 6s, and we don't do it every day, but there's 4 drivers that predominantly run 8s, and they use this well almost exclusively. So why change it up and then make them change it back when I can just stop it at the right time, unhook and close it up, reset it so that they can start fresh, and then I'm on my way, and a little less hassle for them. But anyway, we're loading, and blah, 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 blah. We'll talk to you later on the way back down with this second load. All right, well, here comes the sun. Most of the rain is over. It doesn't mean we're not going to get a shower or 2 at some point in the afternoon, but most of the rain should be over now, and temperatures still haven't crashed yet. It's still 50 on the truck, so getting a little bonus here. I thought that it's 124 now. I thought that by now we would be dropping down into the 30s, because that's kind of what they said. And it hasn't really kicked in yet, and neither has the wind just yet. It's still relatively calm, so I'm not sure exactly when the temperature fall is going to start, but it's supposed to be pretty rapid once it does. It's a fairly strong cold front. But the sky looks cool right now. I see some pretty dark clouds out there to the west yet, so we're not going to have a full-on sunny rest of the day either, I don't think. So now this time we're going to be making the left here instead of the right. Since we're not going to Lansdale, we are going to Reading. Let's see what this transmission defaults into, and I have to come to a stop up here, which I'm going to. 4. 4 is nowhere near the right gear to pull up out of here with this hill. 2 is probably the best. But I gotta wait. It takes so long to get out of here, and I don't want to like mash on the pedal because of the crown in the road. It's not easy on the truck, so we don't want to twist stuff up. So we're gonna. Oh, this guy's turning, so now we'll go. I see what he's doing. Oh, he's turning back there into a driveway, but it still gives us an opportunity to get out because the car behind him had to slow down. Delivery driver using a U-Haul, Amazon. Must not have enough Amazon trucks. It's Christmas time. You gotta use U-Hauls. See, I'm not 100% sure where the cold front actually is. It's still 54 degrees out, and those clouds out there have that summertime thunderstorm look. They're all puffy and billowy and black on the bottom. So I don't know if the cold front actually came through yet. It was supposed to come through this morning. And they were saying like between 8 and 10 o'clock, the cold front was supposed to blow through and then temperatures were going to drop throughout the day. But it seems like it delayed a little bit. Because we're still warm. The winds haven't ramped up yet. And then you see that cloud bank out there. It looks like a summer thunderstorm line ready to roll in. So I don't know. Well, hard to say. Well, it sure is looking threatening the further south we go. I have a feeling that when I get down to unload in Reading that I am going to get totally dumped on. We went from them sunny blue skies back there on 895, and I showed you that cloud bank that was coming, and well, we're just about under it, and it looks like it's going to be quite stormy, and the timing looks like it's going to be just perfect. I semi got dumped on the last load down here, and now it looks like I'm going to get dumped on again, unless these clouds have more bark than they do bite. But this might be the real deal now. This might be the storm front that ushers in the cold air. I don't know for sure. We will find out, but I just wish I was 20 minutes earlier getting down here so that I could at least be almost done unloading before this rolled in. And never mind, we didn't even get there yet, and it got really super windy and what appears to be super rainy here very shortly. This I think is the frontal passage. Look at the sticks in the road. It blew stuff out of these trees already. Yikes, yikes, yikes. All kinds of leaves and stuff blowing around. Here it comes. Oh boy. Let's just hope that it's only little sticks that come out of these trees and nothing bigger. It almost looks like there's snow and hail in it. There's something in it besides just raindrops. You can see it on the window. Wow. We may not get out of the truck when we get there. We may wait for a little bit. All right, I just felt that. I'm 80,000 pounds and I just felt that gust. Jeez. Now, are we out of the worst of it? Or did we drive through it and then it's going to catch up to us? When I mentioned about bringing the cameras back out again today, that we were going to have an interesting weather day, I really wasn't joking. I just wonder which direction this is moving. Is it moving west to east? Is it moving southwest to northeast? Are we gonna drive out of it and maybe be able to get out and unload without getting totally drenched? I don't know. It looks worse to our west, which is to my right, because we're heading south. And I see all my codes just came back on. Truck was doing fine until just now. The ATC came on, the ABS came on, and the slippery little truck icon and the check engine light. I will call them and find out if I can run with it. I kind of think I'll be able to, because he didn't do any work to it. He just cleared the code out with the computer. So we'll see what happens. But boy, one thing after another today. Alright, so we're here unloading. That was a quick hitter of a rainstorm, and it got out of here before we got here. So we're actually staying dry right now. It's not raining at all. So, but that was pretty nasty coming down there south of Leesport. But anyway, we're unloading this second one here. Once it's done, we're out of here. Go back to the Red Barn, and then we'll head down to Fogelsville for 2 of them. All right, look at those clouds up there. I told y'all this was going to be an interesting day. I was just talking to a buddy of mine that drives, and he hit that rainstorm in Allentown and said it was just absolutely crazy. And he drives a van, and he said it was pushing him all over the place. And now the post-frontal winds have picked up, and the temperature has dropped. So that crazy wind event that we drove through with the rain and the snow and everything that caused that power outage there south of Leesport, that was the cold front. It came through later than what the weatherman had said it was going to, because it was supposed to come through early morning. But it came through at probably 2 o'clock or whatever time. I didn't look at the time that it actually came through, but it came through. Now we need this left lane, because we're going to lose the right lane up here in the eternal construction zone. And when I say eternal construction zone, this road has been under construction since I got back from Arizona in May of 2024, and they're still not finished with the side they're working on, and then they have to swap over and work on the side we're going to drive on. This is going to be like a 6-year project, and I don't understand why it is taking that long. I don't know what it is today, but traffic has been really heavy. I'm thinking a lot of people took the day off to do Christmas shopping or something, or they have all next week off because of Christmas, and they're starting early by taking Friday off. But I didn't think we were going to make this light. I'm thinking that a lot of people have off work today, and they're out shopping and gallivanting around and doing whatnot. I know it's almost 3 o'clock, and we're starting to get into rush hour. But even before that, the traffic was real heavy today. And we're going to sit through a bunch of traffic lights up here. This day, I'll be lucky to get 4 loads done in 14 hours. I may have to cut my last load just because I'm going to run out of legal time. Not because I got to have the truck back for a driver. So this is the construction zone that I'm talking about. They're replacing these bridges, and nowadays they don't close roadways down. They replace it in sections somehow. I don't know how they engineer that, but that's what they do. But 2.5 years they worked on that side, and they are still not done. So I don't know if they're going to finish it up. Hopefully they finish it up late this winter or this spring and move us over there and start on this side. But this is going to be a 5 to 6 year project just to rebuild these bridges and repave the road. And it's just unreal. Oh, ooh, a tree came down here. Look at the debris laying. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe it's residual traffic from that tree. They must have had to get somebody out here to clear it up. Crushed the guardrail and left debris all over both lanes and into that side that's closed. Hope we don't have any more tree problems down the road, but anyway, getting back to the construction, I don't know what is taking them so long to rebuild these bridges, that they only got half the project done in 2.5 years. It's ridiculous. All right, well, we finally made it back up to 895. 3:08 p.m. Only 2 loads in so far in 6 hours, and I figure I am not going to get to the Red Barn location until at least 3:30. And then I just talked to the owner-operator who passed me going down to the Reading customer, and he said it took him 40 minutes to load his 6, which it only usually takes 20 minutes. So the loading rate is cut in half, so it must still be down around 150 gallon a minute, because there's just so many trucks out running water today. So it's gonna be a solid 14 today, which I don't mind. I don't have to worry about getting the truck back because the night shift partner is not working tonight. The only problem is if there's like 2 or 3 trucks up there waiting to load, and then I gotta load, then I don't know. I should actually call and find out if I can go up to a different well and load. I don't know. Maybe I will do that. Stop recording. All right, trying to figure out what well to go to, and I thought I had a plan, and I don't know if that's going to work now. I asked about going to our Tamaqua well, but now I hear that the road is closed that gets you there from here. There's trees down and wires down all over the place. This wind is starting to play havoc with everything, which is something that I was afraid would happen. Now, let's see. This is where I would make the left to go there. Nope, road closed. Nope, can't go over to the Tamaqua well. I mean, I could, but I'd have to backtrack. So I guess we're just gonna go to the well that we were assigned to go. I got permission. I called my dispatcher and asked about going over there, and he said, yeah, okay. And then now I find out that road's closed. I guess there's a tree down. And supposedly down in New Tripoli by the high school on 309, there's wires down. So I don't know where the heck I'm going to load and how the heck I'm going to get down to Fogelsville. All right, let's see if anybody is here or if we have it all to ourselves. We have it all to ourselves. Just don't know how long it's going to take us to load. Alright, so we're loading here at the Red Barn anyway. Couldn't get over to Tamaqua to load because that road was closed. So we're loading here, and my God, the wind is just howling. It is crazy. And branches down all over the place. And when we go down to Fogelsville, we either go down 309 and get detoured onto some back roads, or I just try to take a different way down there. I'm not sure yet, but I'm not going to talk to you too long because I want to study Google Maps. But it is just crazy. I didn't even finish loading my 3rd load of the day, and I'm 7 hours into it. Told you this was going to be a crazy day today, and I wasn't too far off the mark. All right, we're loaded and rolling. I looked at Google Maps, and it just kind of looked like 309 was open. I ran the routing down to the plant, and that's the way it routed me to go. So I guess maybe it's open. It might be a little slow. And we'll take our chances with it and find out. Because anyway I go detour is going to be a long way around. And temperatures really nosedive too. We're down to 35 degrees now. So it dropped 20 degrees when that front came through. And it's going to drop more yet. So, but anyway, We're rolling down there. When we get to the area in question, we will turn the camera on and show you what's going on, if anything. Well, there's a lot of traffic coming northbound. And like I said, Google Maps had showed that it was open. It was the way it routed me down. But one of our drivers just told me that they closed it and he detoured through New Tripoli itself. And we'll find out, I guess. I mean, I don't know. There's another way to go that our night shift drivers did one night when it was closed down here. And they turned on Memorial Drive, went over to Gurmansville, and then dropped down Bake Oven Road back down to 309 and went that way. So, I don't know. We're going to not drive too fast once we get over this hill, because I have no idea what exactly is going to transpire and what we're going to encounter. I don't know if there's an official detour up and if there's fire police directing traffic or not. There's a branch down right there. This wind is crazy. It brought wires down, branches down, trees down, snapped poles down here from what I hear. So I don't know. We're going to see what's going on. So far, I don't see anything closing the road. We're back a little ways, but see what happens. I mean, they should close it well in advance because this is a heavy truck route, as you guys have seen, and even oversized. So if it's closed, there should be advanced warning of it and people telling you which way to go. Unless they somehow opened it. Because otherwise, oh, I thought this guy was going to pull out in front of me. Because otherwise, I could make the left here, and that'll take me to Gurmansville. And then I make the right in Gurmansville, and that drops me back down to 100. But I don't know. It looks like everything might be open. I hope. I don't see any flashing lights down here at the curve. But now I don't see any traffic either. Now, what will be, will be. I mean, I don't know. You would think there'd be advanced warning here telling us that you have to detour. Well, there, a car came from the left there on 309. I saw some trucks going northbound, and that guy's just whipping out there. The guy in front of me is going to keep going. So let's see what we got. Hopefully not a problem. There's traffic coming at us. And if this is open, I will call our driver up and tell him that it's open. The one that called me. They're in a big truck. So it must be back open again. This is going to be a long segment, but we're going to leave the camera on till we see what's going on up here. What a crazy day. This video is going to be over an hour long if I put everything in that I recorded. See, now there's something pulled over onto the side, but there's traffic still coming at me. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I guess we got to turn here. There's one of the poles in question. Now let's see how this is going to work. So there's a car here and nobody directing traffic, but I got to try and get up through here. Interesting. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is going to be fun. Maybe I shouldn't have went this way. No warning, and then they run you up a road like this. This is going to be fun. I wonder if that big tractor trailer came out this road. Alright. That one up there is holding back. That's good. Giving me room to do what I need to do. gonna have to figure out a different way to come back. I never did this one before. Looks like a bunch of other tractor trailers that come through here because I see the mud. Where they took some grass. All right, we're definitely going to have to figure out a different way to come back northbound. Should have been warning about how it was closed. Back a little further. Alright, well, we're back on 309. That was interesting. Alright, so we're here unloading. We finally made it down here. I just got instructions not to use that detour anymore. That was a little tight. Told them about it. Run the pike back up, and I got one more load to do. Run the pike back down, and if it's still closed, run the pike back up again. So that's what we're going to do. And then since we're running the pike, we're just going to run 443 straight across the 309 and go up to the Tamaqua well. It's a lot faster than backtracking back to the Red Barn location. So that's the agenda for the rest of the night. Boy, it's going to be a long one. All right, this is not our normal way to get water, but when push comes to shove, this is what we do. Normally we're getting on here to go down to Lansdale, but today we're getting on it to go north. Which is not all too common for us. We've done it in the past. We have detoured this way in the past, but it's rare to do it because there's no need to do it. But today there is, because that, as you saw, was a tight detour, and that wasn't quite rush hour yet. It is now 5:13 p.m. and rush hour is in full swing, and there's a lot of people that live up in Tamaqua that work down here, and so the traffic is probably all kinds of backed up there trying to navigate that. And it really was a brief detour, but it's just enough to cause a problem that is probably growing as the traffic volume grows, especially northbound. Southbound not too bad, but northbound it probably is. So we go this way per the boss. All right, anytime you run 476 Turnpike up north from Allentown, you go through the Lehigh Tunnel, and since we are doing something very unique to our run, I figured I'd show it to you. Instead of going up and over the Blue Mountain like we do on a daily basis, in this case we go through the Blue Mountain. So, pretty cool. One of, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 tunnels that are on this turnpike. Only one on the northeast extension. The rest of them are down there on the east-west main line, and all of them are west of Harrisburg. And they eliminated some of them. There used to be more, but they eliminated some of them and built bypasses around them to just climb up long grades because they, I don't know, I think they're cool. They don't really choke traffic up that much as long as you have 2 lanes going through them. This one used to be a single bore tunnel, so it was 1 lane each direction. The southbound traffic was over there on the other side, which is now the Hammer lane. That used to tie up traffic, but then they built the second bore, and you just kind of roll free through here. So anyway, now I'm getting a phone call, so we'll talk to you later. Well, I don't know what this is, but there were signs for one-lane road ahead, and we're stuck here in traffic. I'll bet a tree came down across this road. I'm on 443 westerly Heighton, and I'll bet a tree came down on this road, or something happened on this road due to the wind and weather. So then we gotta wait our turn to go. What a day! Oh my God. You'd think it was Friday the 13th, but it is not. It is Friday the 19th. I think I see what it is. It looks like PP&L lineman up there in a cherry picker. I don't know, everything's dark here, so maybe there's a power outage and they're trying to get the power restored. That's going to be a big problem tonight, too, is power outages with trees coming down on wires, probably. I don't know if tree was involved in this or if just wires snapped or what, but well, it's not PP&L, but that's what they're doing. They're up there working on that telephone pole there. Something happened to the electrical system. All right, more challenges. What a night. All right, so we're here, we're loading. Took us a while to get here, coming up the pike and then sitting that bit of delay on 443, but we're up here loading. The wind is a-howling, and the wife told me that there were branches down on 895 all over the place, and there were some branches on 443 all over the place, and talked to our driver that tried to come up through that detour that we went through going down there, and he said it was a real mess with it being dark out, and the cars weren't giving him any room to do what he needed to do, so we are just going to go back to the turnpike as instructed and go down. It's going to take longer, but that's the best way to go right now. All right, we'll talk to you later. All right, finally, 7:45 p.m. and the final load of the day is delivered, and we are making our way out of here. And I just looked at Google Maps. I know that 309 is going to be closed for a while, but I just looked at Google Maps to see that little detour that I used when I first came down here, and now it shows that that road is closed. So I don't know, maybe a couple of tractor trailers got nicked up in there, because you saw it was a tight road, and that four-wheeler had to hold back for me to get around that curve, so I didn't take out people's mailboxes, and maybe something happened in there. So while I was thinking about going up that way, figuring that the traffic had gotten better and that maybe I could go up through there, I'm just going to go back up the pike. I'm not going to take the chance on getting there and then finding out that that's closed and then not having a place to turn this thing around. So we had the permission to run the turnpike the rest of the night. We're going to run the turnpike the rest of the night. So, all right. That being said, I guess we will talk to you one last time when we get back to the yard and button everything up and put her to bed for the weekend. The only thing is, I'm not going to go near our fuel stop going up the turnpike, so I'm going to have to let her know that I didn't fuel it. She's still got to have 3/4 of a tank to run with, so she'll have plenty to run her shift, but we just like to each top off the end of our shift for each other. But she'll be okay. I was the other day when she couldn't fuel for me. So anyway, we'll talk to you back at the yard. Alright, so we're finally done. We're back at the yard. We already did all our paperwork and everything. All I gotta do is go out there and do a quick post trip, check the tires and the lights, and then we'll be out of here. Full 12-hour day. It is 8:45 p.m. We started at 8:45 a.m., 15-minute pre-trip, and then roll at 9 o'clock. So full 12-hour day today to do what we needed to do, and what a day it was. I had no idea coming in here. I thought I might have had a short one with 4 Fogelsvilles, and boy, it turned out to be the longest day since I'm back here. So all kinds of stuff happened today. More than I can talk about right now. You've seen it all. I talked about it along the way. So all I want to do right now is get my stuff and gather everything together, put the cameras away, do the post trip, and go home. So that's it for this video. That's it for today. That's it for this week. And we will talk to you next week.